A dangerous Tacoma problem? My first issue with my 2020 Tacoma. Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Not so good here. A little bit of a potentially dangerous problem with my Toyota Tacoma. I'll get to that in just a minute. This is not clickbait. So let me tell you what happened. Yesterday in the morning, I got up and went outside to take the truck, go for a little ride, run some errands, whatever. And went to turn it on, and I got this error message on the screen. So I figured, maybe that's just indicating that the battery had run down a little bit. It had sat for a few days, not been driven, although that really shouldn't make any difference, I don't think. But I thought, okay, I'll put a charger on it, a trickle charger. So I did that. I put the trickle charger on it and left it sit overnight. Seemed to be doing its job. I don't know. Came out this morning, took the trickle charger off, and jumped inside and got the same warning message. So now I start to think, well, maybe this is a little more severe than I thought, right? So it was time to break out the old manual. So I did. I broke out the manual and I found on page 483, right down here, it discusses what that indicator means. Now, again, it is a check charging system warning. Little block that shows up on your screen in red. Now, what does it say here? It says it indicates a malfunction in the vehicle's charging system. Great, what does that mean? Alternator, wiring? I don't know what that means. It says, and this is the dangerous part, right? It says, immediately stop the vehicle in a safe place and contact your Toyota dealer. So if I was on a trip somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and that popped up, I'm supposed to pull off the road and call Toyota, right? I mean, who's going to do that? Would you do that? I probably would not do that. It says, continuing to drive the vehicle may be dangerous. Dangerous? Why would a lack of having the charging system work be dangerous? I mean, I guess at worst case, it just wouldn't charge the battery anymore, right? And then maybe the battery goes dead and the truck goes dead. I suppose one could consider that dangerous if you freak out, if the truck shuts off or whatever, and you lose power steering and brakes and all that stuff, power. But otherwise, I don't really know why it would be dangerous unless there's a possibility of a fire. Maybe something igniting under there. I don't know, because I really don't know what it means. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to hop in the truck. We're going to go for a ride. I know it says pull over and call Toyota, right? We're going to go for a ride, and I'm going to see if indeed that message goes away. And then I'm going to call Toyota, and I'm going to ask them, hey, what does this mean? What am I supposed to do? If it goes away, then I'll tell them it went away, and we'll go from there. So let's hop in the truck, go for a ride. I'll bring you along. This could be my last video. Here we go. I wanted to bring you guys with me from the start just to see if anything happens. So we're going to hop up in here and go ahead and get the key in there. Got to kind of balance the phone and everything else. Let's turn you guys around. And let me get my seatbelt on. Set you down there for just a minute. You can have a lovely view of the front of the garage. Okay, let's start it up, see what we get. Here we go. It started, that's a good thing. Let's see if that message pops up. It did not pop up. So that's a good thing. Maybe charging it did a little bit of something. I will tell you that when I first came out this morning, it did actually have that message just in accessories. So now that I've started the truck like I did before, the message is gone. So let's go for a ride, see if anything weird is happening. All right, I am driving down the road, been I don't know, running the truck now for about 2 minutes, maybe something like that. and still nothing on the screen. Nothing has popped up, nothing odd or weird or anything like that. So far, truck seems to be running fine, nothing strange. So we're gonna drive a little bit longer. I'm gonna get up to higher speed. I don't know that that really makes any kind of difference whatsoever, but I do want to run it through its courses, I guess, and see if anything pops up. So we'll be back on in a minute. Been driving for about 10 minutes or so, something like that, and still no issues, nothing strange. Truck seems to be perfectly normal, so not quite sure. I did try to call Toyota, by the way, before I jumped in, and I got some kind of voicemail. I don't know what that was about, but I'll try them again when I get home, because I do just want to touch base with them, see what they have to say about it. My guess is they're going to say, well, bring it in, which I do not want to do unless I have to. So what could it be? Well, I go back to my original theory, I guess, and that is that the truck had sat for a few days, hadn't been started, hadn't been run, and maybe the battery just went down. I don't know. Now, one thing I do want to address, I don't have any kind of vampire draws or anything on the battery, right? I had one before when it was a connection, I guess, a direct connection to my wireless unit that did take a little bit of power. They say no more than your clock does or your little security light that beeps. But nonetheless, I did have a dead battery. Now that I forgot about that, I did have a dead battery. So I put my charger on it, much like I did last night, and everything had been fine up until today. So maybe I have a bad battery, I don't know. Again, I don't think I have any kind of draw on the battery when the truck is not running. It just sits. So why did I get that message light this morning, I guess, after charging it? Well, to be honest, before I did the video, I came out and I turned the switch just to accessory, right? And that's when that message popped up. And I'm wondering if maybe when you have some kind of a message like that, you don't have to actually start the truck so it can run through its little diagnostic check before it actually clears the warning, if indeed there was a warning before. So I'm thinking maybe that warning light that I saw this morning was from yesterday when I first noticed the problem, because I did not start the truck fully after I saw that check battery malfunction or whatever it was yesterday. When I came out and I turned the truck, before I clicked it on, that popped up and I did not turn the truck on. Maybe my mistake there. I guess maybe I should have turned the truck on, but I didn't do that. So maybe that was the problem. Anyway, I'm going to keep driving for a little bit. I'm not going to keep you guys on here rambling away. And we'll see what happens once I get back home. Before I pop back on, I will give Toyota a quick call, see if I can talk to anybody there this time, and let you guys know what they say. All right, got back home, a couple of things. I did get a hold of Toyota, by the way. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I pulled in to the garage, turned it off, then I thought, well, I'm going to flip it to accessories, see if that comes up again, and it did. So I called Toyota, and a couple of things. I still have the free Toyota oil change thing, the Toyota Care. So we're going to do that. It's free. Why not have them do it? I will do it myself after the free oil changes go away. But I did make the appointment to have that system checked too. So we shall see what happens. Again, I think it's probably a battery issue. I don't think there's anything wrong with the charging system per se. Just a generic warning when there's any kind of battery or electrical gremlin problem. Let's not call it a gremlin. So we're going to take it in. My appointment is a few days from now. I'll do another video on that, let you guys know the results of the service call. It'll be my first service appointment with the truck as far as changing the oil or anything. And then what happens with this check charging system there, I don't know. Anyway, if you've experienced this before yourself, leave a comment, let me know. I'd be curious to know what the resolution was. Was it just a battery? Also, real quick, I have 2 additional channels, RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator, sitting right out there. and RobMotive Civic about my experiences with the Honda Civic Type R and the Honda Civic Sport hatchback. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos like the resolution to this problem. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.